Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey here on Daybreak. A position on the Shelton City Commission is up for election this year. It's the Shelton City Commissioner of Streets and Public Improvement. There are 4 candidates that are running for election or re-election. Ballots are being mailed out July 11th. The primary is August 1st, and the top 2 vote-getters will move on to the general election. I've sent out invitations to the candidates to spend some time with me on Daybreak. I'm happy to have one of those candidates on the air with me this morning. It's Eric Onisko. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Jeff. How's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for coming on the air.
Thanks for having me.
First off, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I moved here 1977. My parents followed my grandmother here. They had a cabin in Timber Lakes and then eventually built a house there, and that's where I've been.
Been here ever since.
Yep.
What got you to run for this position this time, and what are you looking to accomplish on the commission?
Well, I believe I listen to people all day long at my businesses, and I don't think our commission listens to the people very much. And I also don't think they ask the tough questions of staff. We've made a lot of bad decisions in the commission. We've built water lines that don't work. Looks like we're going to have to scrap that project and sell the parts. We have water tanks with no hookups. We ran sewer up Lake Boulevard 2 years ago with no hookups. That's all money we could have used to lower the rates in the sewer department.
So you would be the Commissioner of Streets and Public Improvement, so we're going to talk a little bit about the streets first in Shelton. Grade letter on the streets in Shelton, specific areas that you think need more attention than others, and then how would you go about prioritizing the work needed to be done?
Okay. Well, I would give them an F.
Yeah.
I mean, the streets are bad.
Okay.
We've got some missing cars, and I believe they're in potholes. Prioritize, I think we need to start downtown. There's some pretty rough roads down there. Alder's rough, which sounds like we're going to be working on that with the sewer Basin 3 project. But most of the roads downtown, I believe, are just awful. So we should start there.
Okay. One of the streets downtown, though, has gotten a lot of attention. It's Railroad, especially between 1st and 7th. So let's talk about that. All the work that has been done on Railroad, do you think it's been worth it, in your opinion? And were you involved in the visioning project while it was going on?
I was in the vision project, I'm sorry. First time I've done arts and crafts since kindergarten, probably. But it was fun. But I do believe we made some mistakes down there. Back-end parking was just a nightmare down there. Could we have waited a little while to spend money down there? Sure. But it does look good. Let's just not do any more.
Mason County Garbage just took over garbage service in Shelton on July 1. Privatizing this. Is privatizing these types of service, do you think, a good thing for the city? And would you look to this for potentially other services for privatization?
I think it was probably the right time to privatize the garbage. City has shown, government has shown they can't run businesses very well. I was worried about down the road buying new trucks, $300,000, $500,000 trucks. Who's going to pay for that? The ratepayers. I believe the rates are going up much less being with Mason County Garbage than they would if the city had maintained it. I really don't agree with this shutting off your water if you don't pay your garbage bill. We are not the bill collectors for Mason County Garbage. They need to find a way to secure their own funds, and the city needs to get out of it.
Back to the potential title on the city commission, moving to public improvement. Let's talk about some public improvements that you think could benefit the city, and then how would you go about working with the other 2 commissioners to get those done?
I think I can work with anybody. I'm pretty easygoing. I may agree, may not agree with some of the decisions, but I think I can work with them. I believe the city needs to help some of the nonprofits in town with homeless problems and some of the drug problems. I don't see why we can't do that.
We've seen over the last couple of years a couple of different ways the city has tried to spur economic growth with suspension of fees, reduction in fees, also increasing fees. Do you think, give me some ideas that you have on ability to quickly spur some economic growth in the city of Shelton?
Well, we lowered the fees last year, and I think it worked. I mean, 20 homes built, and I believe 19 of the 20 said they built because of the lower rates. There's a lot of math going around that if we wouldn't have lowered the fees, we would have made $65,000. Well, people wouldn't have built. And what's not being reported in the media is that we only subsidized the building department $15,000 last year compared, I heard figures between $60,000, $70,000, and $100,000. So really, we actually made money.
Interesting. Finally, Eric, what makes you the best person for this position?
I think I listen to people, and I think I've been going to all the meetings for many years. I don't think I've missed more than 3. I think I just think that it's time for something different.
Eric Onisko is a candidate for the Shelton City Commissioner position for Streets and Public Improvement. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.